Hi there, Meteorologist Lisa Green here with an update on our weather for today. We talked about yesterday how we would go over the remnants of this storm and get into more details on what we can expect as we head into tonight with some colder weather expected. So you can see behind me on our Skycam, we've got a lot of wind still going on. Wind coming in out of the northwest on our Dakota Magic Casino Skycam. A wind advisory is in effect. We'll take that full screen for you here. That isn't until 1 o'clock this afternoon. The areas in the west were trimmed from that advisory earlier on as the wind starts to come down, but places in Lakes Country, southeastern parts of our viewing area remain under that wind advisory. So here's a look at our latest wind gusts. We have our strongest gusts so far today happening in Fargo, a gust of 41 miles per hour out of the northwest. Grand Forks out of the north at 43 miles per hour in Fergus Falls and Detroit Lakes at 41, Sisseton 41 as well. And so looking at some wind speeds that are just picking up for some of us, even though it's been a little quieter in some spots over to the east. So getting stronger winds. And then in addition to that, we'll take this full screen. You can see there's still some showers, some sprinkles out there this morning impacting us in places in the east especially. And that continues to be a factor for us as we work our way into the afternoon hours. We'll see that area most impacted by continuing areas of rain. Looking up to the north and east, you can see there's a little blue on the map. That's where there may be some snow still with this system. I did not get any reports of flakes with this one. If you did see a flurry or two, let us know, but mostly we would be seeing some at this point in time up around that International Falls area and north of the border. So it's a system that's produced a decent amount of rain. Our Warren area getting the highest report so far, just over an inch of rain there, according to the North Dakota Agricultural Weather Network. Roseau at just over an inch of rain, and Stephen just under that. Grand Forks about 3/4 of an inch of rain, and at the NDSU Endon sensor, not that much, just a little over 1/10 of an inch of rain there over the course of the last couple of days. Visibility is down to less than 10 miles in a few spots, but it's not too strong or too low. And looking at our temperatures, we are in the 30s to some 40s here, 43 in Fargo, 44 in Grand Forks, and some upper 30s in other places. I did want to bring up, check this out. We've got wind chills that are factored in here where it feels more like we're below freezing right now. Thief River Falls, Detroit Lakes, Bemidji checking in with wind chills at 28. This white line, that's the 32-degree line. So some of us are above that and not in that sub-freezing wind chill range, but a lot of us are. So I want to layer up and make sure you're ready for a little bit of drizzle to go along with that. So looking at our wind forecast for Fargo, this kind of represents the central part of the valley here, where we're looking at winds that will remain strong through the evening. Around sunset is when they'll start to taper off quite a bit. Now, if you're farther west over by Jamestown, those winds will be coming down sooner. If you're over toward places like Wadena, those are the areas where that wind is going to hang around a little bit longer before it finally eases up. So looking at your planner for today, I don't know if you knew this, but it's National Apple Day, so we're including that in our forecast through the rest of the day. Expect to see temperatures staying into the 40s, high of about 45 degrees in Fargo, keeping that wind around. Rain chances will end before our wind chances do in general, and then later tonight we'll start to clear out. So afternoon planner around the region, low to mid 40s. You can see by 4 p.m. we've got some breaks in the clouds developing out west. Over to the east, we may still be seeing some showers over toward Bemidji. So just checking this out on our hour-by-hour planner, you can see that we've got some rain, a little bit of snow trying to show up over toward, again, the International Falls area. For those of us in the valley, it's more just some isolated showers making their way through. And then you see these clearing areas going on, heading into late tonight. And so this continues on into tomorrow morning. We'll have some partly cloudy skies and a few areas where we have more clouds. That would actually be a good thing. If we can get more cloud cover, that would help to insulate us a bit more and keep our temperatures from dropping as much overnight. And so tonight's the night. We talked about the comets last week. Last night, one of them kind of peaked, we'll say, and then tonight the other one does, but they're both kind of brightest right about now. They'll continue to be through the week, but Comet Lemon is the one that'll be brightest today. This is going to be more northwestern horizon. A way to see this one is if you look at the Big Dipper. If you look to the left of the handle, you're more likely to see it. And again, these are kind of faint, so you will want to bring some binoculars. And that's the one that's going to be brightest. So you want to try to look for that one first. If you can't see that one, you're probably not going to see Comet Swan, which is going to be more south or southwest on the horizon. But two comets at once that are visible. You may just need a little bit of aid in seeing that. And tonight we do clear out somewhat, especially if you're in eastern North Dakota for that. More opportunities at seeing it this week. But make sure you're bundling up, looking at our temperatures overnight and into tomorrow, upper 20s to some low 30s. So if Fargo gets to 30, we'll get to freezing here. We're looking at some numbers that are going to be chilly tonight. We're looking at numbers that are going to be chilly heading into tomorrow as well. You can see Wednesday and Thursday morning our forecast low is 30, but we get more sunshine, temperatures start to climb, and as we head toward the weekend, we're looking at temperatures near that 60-degree mark. Next Friday is Halloween, and we're looking at some temperatures into the 40s coming up for Friday. I promised that we would talk in my post that we would talk about the tropical weather, so I want to get to that really quick here. We have a new storm in the Caribbean, Tropical Storm Melissa. It is swirling. This is Hispaniola here. The annotation here is covering it up, but so this is Haiti and the Dominican Republic. So it's swirling south of there, the center of circulation. Unfortunately, we don't have radar sites over the ocean, so we're not picking up any rain there. The San Juan, the Puerto Rico site, is picking up rain on those outer bands of this circulation. So now we have a tropical storm. Here's a look at the path that the National Hurricane Center is expecting this to take, or this is the movement of it rather. It's been moving westward, and that continues to move westward, but it is slowing down. Current winds are sustained at 50 miles per hour, moving west at 14. Okay, so now moving back forward, you can see the movement on that. So there's the Dominican Republic, there's Haiti, there's Puerto Rico there. So the expectation from the National Hurricane Center is for it to slow down and to start kind of moving its way north and westward at some point. Some models bring it over Hispaniola, some have it continuing farther west. So there's still quite a bit of uncertainty on the track, but with the National Hurricane Center bringing that farther north, that's going to approach Haiti, it's going to approach Jamaica, heading into the end of the weekend. And you see that one there, it's expected to maintain its intensity and in fact grow to a Category 1 hurricane. So I know a lot of folks have interests in the Caribbean. Maybe you've had some trips to Jamaica, the Dominican Republic, the Bahamas too, and maybe family in Florida. We're going to need to watch this for Florida as well. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that for you as we head into the next week. So a reminder on our Halloween preview, you can see that cute black cat behind me here. We're watching Halloween. There may be a low that passes by Halloween night that could stir up a bit of a breeze, and maybe right now a shower or two. That's something we're going to keep an eye out for, but so far it doesn't look major. We're looking at a high of about 48 degrees on Halloween. So we'll continue to keep you updated on forecasts for what the wind here for today, the cooler temperatures we've got going on, turning around to some milder numbers by the end of the week, and also watching other things like the tropics and, of course, those comets too. If you get some pictures, we'd love to see them. You can upload those right to our website or right to the VNL weather app as well. We appreciate getting those photos from you from any weather events that you may be encountering over the course of the fall season. So again, have a happy Wednesday, and we will be back